So we're doing a joint live with On the Paper Trail and Van Ness. Lisa's in the Van Ness account because we're on our phones because we're packing for the California Pen Show, and thought it might be fun to do a kind of little live chat. And if we've got everybody busy on a Sunday, we at least get a video where we're going to talk about what we're going to be doing with the pen show coming up this week.
So packing for the pen show doesn't happen. It shouldn't happen the day before, but it could happen 3 days.
It always does. I mean, for me, it always happens the Sunday before, which is kind of where we're at right now.
I had to pre-order a few things, so I had I did pre-pack a little bit. I'm sitting here looking because of the class I'm teaching. And so with me teaching the beginner classes and Rhodia, this is the first year they've sponsored it, but they're going to have those free notebooks. It's the square Rhodia notebooks, and those came in advance. So there was that. Like at least something was here.
I haven't seen the square Rhodia notebooks. Can you show one? Is that a new product?
No, we had it for a long time. I didn't actually pick. Oh, sorry, y'all. I did. Okay, I could flip the camera instead of showing up my nose. Okay, so this is the square size.
Oh, interesting.
And so you can flip them any direction. When I talked to them about it, they talked to me in Dallas last fall about these. They call it a reverse notebook because you can use it vertical or horizontal. So this is actually really lefty friendly. This is the dot version, and they make a graph version also. And so these are what people will get when they take the fountain pen basics class. And there's no charge for the class. This was great that they donated these, but again, they are an awkward thing. And they had sent them to me. I didn't know what size or what I was getting when they said, let's talk, let's do notebooks. So I'm thinking I'll get little A7s, and I get these, which are kind of, I'm going to call it A5 wide.
Well, this is also like kind of the behind the scenes that we wanted to show everybody about how, we're navigating the awkward size of the suitcase versus the airline weight limits versus the weight of paper when you're packing for a pen show, because this is real, especially when you're like us and you're going from the East Coast to the West Coast and you're not really within driving distance.
And I have driven it, but I don't recommend it.
I'm traveling. I'm going to be traveling lighter. I think I'm just going to bring a single big suitcase, but I'm not bringing bricks of paper. I will bring some paper.
One suitcase if it wasn't for these, because this was just these notebooks were going to put me over in weight was the problem. And so now I'm trying to figure out how do I balance this out. So we have that again for the if you have friends that want to learn how to use a fountain pen, this is the perfect thing. They'll be able to get this. I'll have demonstrations on the different parts and pieces of the pens, and we'll also learn about cleaning. And that's a free seminar, one on Friday, one on Saturday. But I know
let's back up a little bit because we've just had like 26 people join. So I want to kind of back up and just let everybody know that we're talking about preparing for the California Pen Show this week. We're both going to be next to each other at the California show. We've got one table each, kind of going just really more to hang out than to bring a full show set up. We talked about, I think on the last podcast, that we haven't really been to a show where we've just kind of gotten to enjoy the show. Lisa's going to be teaching fountain pen basics, which is what she's packing all the paper for.
So the paper put me over, which meant 2 suitcases, but you're going to try it with 1 suitcase, right? You're doing 1 giant suitcase. I'm calling it giant, probably a bigger suitcase than what I'm doing instead of the 2. It was really a weight versus size problem for me.
You guys can see my big suitcase sitting waiting to take all the pen cases and a couple rotor Fodens. I know people have been asking, am I going to have any of the TGS 25 rotor Fodens at California? I have 2. So
I love my rotor Foden. Love it. Can you show the inside the clips for people who haven't seen them before?
With the clips, yes. And I think most people watching this are probably going to be familiar with it, but this is the A5 Slim version with the metal clips that you can clip the notebooks in and out of. I've gotten a lot of messages about whether or not we're going to have any of the rotor Foden A5 Slims available in California. I've got an order pending with Rotorfodden right now. It's not shipped yet. These are all handmade, so it just takes a while. I've got a couple that are going to be available in LA, but probably we're going to be, Arkansas or San Francisco before the full shipment gets in. So sorry about that, but I'm bringing what I can.
Oh, absolutely. I do love mine and I use it. I like that you can rearrange everything clip-wise. It's kinda handy. It's a little bit easier than the bands actually, just because you can unclip kind of faster.
Yeah,
Um,
if you're
with
moving notebooks in and out of the system, it's really easy. I like them for shows too because if you're testing a lot of notebooks and you need to pull notebooks out to let people write and test pens at the table, they're really handy to have.
so tell me what else you're packing because I saw pencils a while ago
Oh,
before we went live.
Camel pencils from Japan. So these are cool, and people have been asking about these. We sell a brand of pencil called Camel, which is famous as a Japanese pencil. And the eraser, this gray thing at the end of the pencil, is an eraser. It sits flush with the barrel. So it's real streamlined, kind of a sleek look. There's natural wood colors, and they also have the rainbow colors, which are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, seven different colors.
I love those bright colors. Those
So
are
I've got two of these big displays. One of them I'm going to leave here in Nashville. The other one I'm going to bring to California with me. So we'll have those at the table.
and for those of us who sometimes lose things on our desk, I feel like the bright colors are like kinda handy so that you can, like, find things that you may not leave on a messy desk,
I,
such
I think this is going to kind of be a fun show though, because it seems like we're both packing kind of like non-traditional pen show stuff. It's going to be more of almost like a stationary show setup than what we're used to bringing. What?
and, we've been bringing like, the last few shows we've done, we had more tables, more, it was more about just being a vendor, and now I think you and I both agreed we wanted to balance it out and really have a good time and enjoy ourselves.
Mhm.
And, so I feel like that is reflected in the choices we're making and what we bring too, don't you think?
I think so, and I just want to apologize for drinking tea, but I'm preserving my voice ahead of. I'm drinking my lemon ginger tea ahead of time to preserve my voice for 3 full days of pen show later in the week.
And for let's see. So this will be the first time in a couple of years I've had a table at all at the California Pen Show. Previously, there was an LA Pen Show, and Mike and I did do that show, and then there was a little lull, and then the California show is kind of a new. How many years has it been? 3, 4? I'm not even.
I think
Yeah.
3 because I did the first year. I did the first year and then didn't do the second year. You went last year, and I had a
Mhm.
conflict, didn't go, and then this year's the third since the new ownership took over. I think that's right. There may have been a
Oh,
year.
that's
There may
skip
have
the
been a.
first 4 because I remember looking at it and we weren't at the first one, and it was I
Okay.
believe it may have been a different location, like they moved it. We should probably just ask when we get there.
I, it's
Um,
it's been going for 3 or 4 years, but it's different from the old LA Pen Show that people may have attended. This one's at the Torrance Marriott uh, in Redondo Beach. It's near the big mall there, which would be fun. Somebody said, I love those pencils. Well, there will be plenty of them, and we're going to bring a lot of pencils and a lot of pencil sharpeners. I think I may go heavy on the pencils this show.
so you're still packing, or have you packed? No, your
I haven't
suitcase was
packed
empty.
any. I haven't packed anything. I mean, I'm not packed at all. I'm doing this in real time as people are like leaving comments and stuff. If you want
Like,
me to bring something to the show, just throw it in the comments because I could put it in the bag right now.
I think I have like 9 pounds left in my suitcase to bring. I'm gonna bring
Mhm.
some A5 6-ring binders and A5 6-ring refills. I'm gonna bring the Bible size refills, but I'm out of Bible size 6-ring binder too. But refills will be kind of fun. It's something that you and I have both been using.
You,
Um, it's very
yeah, the 6 ring refills. I'm gonna bring. I believe I've got some of the Graphilo A5 Slim paper. I'll bring some of those now that I'm seeing them.
And then don't forget to pack, once you said pencils, pencil sharpeners.
Mhm.
Uh,
NJK long point pencil sharpeners. I'll bring some of those. Craft design technology sticky notes. I have some of those. Will
that'll
be
be fun. I
yep.
tried those. I need to
Sign pens. So
and stamps.
it's gonna be
Stamps
and
for
stamps. We will have our stamps, and there will be no charge for those. You guys can come by and stamp. So
stamps.
bell boots, pencil tips, please. Oh, you mean the? Are you talking about the Arco pencil caps? I hope I have those. I've got a big crate that just arrived from Viarco that I haven't unpacked yet, and that's probably why I'm going to be here till like 1 o'clock in the morning tonight because I've got huge shipments that just arrived, and so we will. I will bring some of those if I've got them. I promise. Because if I bring them, I don't have to enter them into store inventory. I can just take them directly out of the box and bring them to the pen show.
Just
I don't
arrive
have to. I don't have to list them online,
to save ourselves some work.
or I can just take
So
them to
then
UPS and mail them to the pen show.
I've on and off, I've done LA, like, in some form or fashion as a pen show for about 12 years,
Uh-huh.
and at some point, you get kind of worn down because there is so much work that goes into a pen show,
Uh-huh.
and for those joining us, come by and visit with us, hang out. I miss the hanging out part. So I'm super excited to be able to hang out with not only Joe, because we talk about stuff behind the scenes also, but to be able to hang out at the pin show, even during the pin show or in the evening, I want to um, do the parts of the pin show that I love and I miss a little bit. And I know you
Uh-huh.
do too, Joe. Would
It, Yeah, and having one table makes that easier. I mean, I think it's easier to interact and talk to people when you just have one table to watch, one table of stuff, and it's not so intense when you're trying to keep tabs on three tables worth of stuff.
So I'm gonna bring a few notebooks that we can just play with, and we'll have a few ink samples. I think we were gonna talk about this and we almost forgot. We're gonna take a few ink samples that are your favorites and mine. I'll bring them. We're gonna take a few of each of our favorite colors, and the first how many people? Uh, first
However
five.
many we have, is it first five people each day?
Yeah, first 5 people each day that come by, you can get either Joe's one of Joe's favorites or one of my favorite ink samples free. Just tell us that you saw the video or saw us and heard about it, and we will, um do you wanna tell or do you wanna keep it a secret what inks?
Let's keep it a secret because aren't we? I mean, I think we're also still kind of working our way through what inks we're going to be able to bring because we've got a few selections that are possibilities, but we're still narrowing it down.
Well, I know I have your one of your favorites already packed. I haven't actually
Okay.
packed mine.
And I'll have some stuff too. I mean, we may. I'm still packing, as y'all saw, and we're gonna pull together some fun stuff. I'm gonna try to get a little creative with this pen show setup because it's been a while since I've done one that's a little bit less intense.
Less intense, I think that's the right word.
Yeah.
Being a and I think in the evenings, we both wanna be able to hang out, not just at the show, but in the evenings, but having the tables would just be, like, have a space for people to come and, visit and be social. Not
Uh-huh.
just you and I, but other people. "Hey, you can meet us here and we can hang out." Because I think sometimes the crowds get pretty intense and there's you feel like there's no escape. And
Yeah, and this hotel, from what I remember, has a pretty good after hour space with places to sit. Depending on the weather, you know, there's a lot of outdoor space too, where people can go and sit and talk and hang out.
last year, I think there was actually rain. No,
Oh,
that's wrong. Fires. So we
oh,
nobody was going outside. And then the year before, I don't remember what the weather was like, but I think last year there was fires going on, and so there was a little bit of smoke issue. So we stayed inside. I don't think I've gotten to hang out outside, but maybe this year is the year we get to hang out outside. After the snowstorm and after the cold weather, I think we're both ready for a
um, yeah, and I'm done with cold weather. For the record, I'm really done with cold weather. I'm over it. I'm ready. I don't want any more ice. I don't want any more snow. mid-February, and I'm ready for it to be. I don't care if it's 90 degrees out this summer. If you guys hear me complain about how hot it is in Tennessee in the summer, just tell me to stop. Just
90
I'll
is
put a pin in
not
that.
90 I can live with. It's the 105 that I can't. That's just so little.
If you had asked me that last week, I probably would have said I could live with 105 last week when it was 14 and I was dealing with frozen irrigation pipes. But is what it is. So,
So, Orange County can use a gentleman's station or West Campus. Somebody's saying.
and well, yeah, we'll put a pin in that. See where I am in about a month.
How about happens like twice a year on the West Coast? Because there's various shows and events that take place that the gentleman's stationer can be at, including the LA Pen Show.
LA Pen Show, and then I think we're going to be in
Well,
we're going to be at
California.
California Pen Show. We'll be at San Francisco Stationery Fest too in March.
That's right. So you can find us there. Jonah will actually be doing a live event there. It'll be our first time to do an on the paper trail live adventure.
Yep,
Um,
we're gonna. Do we have details on that as to when that's specifically gonna happen?
have like I know when she told me I could have the space. You and I need to talk about how long we think it'll take to set up.
Mm-hmm.
If it's somewhere around 6:30 in the evening, because we have access before that, but it's how long we think it'll take us.
And I think too, but just in terms of format, we're going to try to record a live episode. We're definitely going to do some sort of live in-person event, but our goal is ultimately to record a live episode and allow
That'll
people
go ahead.
to ask questions in person, and we'll be able to answer some questions.
It's that will be at the same location as the San Francisco Pen Show is in August. So it's going to be the San Fran Stationery Fest, and that is the end of March, like 27th, 28th in there. And
Yep.
the calendar in front of me, or I would check. But now we're getting like we have event after event after event. So when we're ordering, let's talk about the fact that we have to order not just for our stores before these events. We're ordering rotified and it's going to be for shows, but it's also going to be for your store and for your website. And
Uh-huh.
trying to figure out how to order quickly is sometimes a challenge. Even
This weather has really screwed everything up too. I mean, weather and international shipping delays. I mean, I know people have asked, are you going to have X, Y, or Z? Really, for me, it's the rotor funds. Are you going to have them in time for the shows? And my answer has to be, I hope so, but I don't know for sure because it just depends on when they're going to come in. And the shipments from Germany have been delayed a couple times now, and we're working on it.
South was even because of the weather, there was up to 10 days of delays that I was seeing because so many items couldn't be moved around because of the snow and ice. And I know if you're not in this area, you don't even realize, but the ice was there. There was almost no way to get it off the roads for several days. And because it was actually ice when I was in Nashville, the trees were falling all over the place because it was true ice. And it didn't matter if you have four-wheel drive. It didn't matter if you have specialized equipment for your truck. It's not going to help. The trees are still falling and ice is still an issue. And that slowed down the movement of packages all across the southern part of the US.
In some instances, they're still getting caught up. Even I think most deliveries and orders and stuff have been cleared now, but really it's the international stuff coming in that's backed up at customs and all that fun stuff. But all right, so what are you doing?
That flip the camera and then I'm gonna let you show what you're actually packing. Why not start packing, right? I know I showed it at the beginning, but here we are.
Okay.
This is where I'm half packed. More
I,
like 2/3 packed.
I mean, I'm not necessarily. I've got stuff like you all can see. Let me see if I can flip my camera too. But like you can see, like I've got stuff pulled out. I mean, I've got some rickshaws that I'm going to bring. The cloud. These are our cloud patterns that I did with Nick Dominguez. He's a local artist here in Nashville. We've got the rolls. Mark is actually doing a special order with us of these, where he's going to have some tote bags some crossbody tote bags at the show. So if you need a Pincho bag or you've bought too much stationery and you need something else to haul your stuff around, come by the table because I'll have maybe 10 of those that I've done in the different colors, a few of each colors. I'm gonna have the pencils. I'm gonna bring the Pentel sign pens from Craft Design and new Lockbee cases. I'm packing some of those. We've got the Field Journal Mini.
Okay.
Yeah, the Field
What's
Journal Minis or the
the
Venture Pouch. Sorry,
the yellow, the mustard color. Let me see that.
it's a
Yeah.
honey. It's honey. It looks really good, and we also have the Field Journal Mini, like the pocket notebook covers in this color as well. And I'm gonna bring some of those because I just got a big shipment of those in, and I'm gonna go ahead and put my camera back up there because I've run out of stuff to. I haven't really packed that much. Is what I'm gonna say.
These little containers are these little clear containers. You can't really see it, but it's full of samples. So I'm bringing on quite a few samples of ink for folks. And I have the swatch books done so people can see the swatches, but there won't be bottles. Um, there will only be samples. So I'm taking, again, just samples of ink. I'm not bringing bottles of ink to this show. So if it's, um, and I'm not bringing every color. Obviously, I can't bring every color with 3,000 colors, but um, and then we have this suitcase, which is already full, and it is 47 pounds out of the 50 that I'm allotted. So we will not open that or touch it. Like it was at 55. I got it to 40. Like you take one thing out and then it messes the whole suitcase up. So I'm like, what?
I guess I do. I guess I do have one more suitcase because I do have my. I can leverage my Southwest status and bring a second suitcase if I want to. So maybe
Well,
I'll.
and I wouldn't need it if it wasn't for me doing the class.
Yeah,
But you know,
I
like
might be able to get my whole table into the big suitcase. I don't know that I'm necessarily going to have because all the cases and all the cases pack flat.
what about your, tablecloth? Because I
Oh,
just now thought about
the
that.
table. I've got the tablecloth. That's the only thing that's in the bag. The
Oh,
tablecloth is in the bag. It's the only thing that's in the bag. So I've packed something.
I don't know where mine is when I find it. Um, mine just might not even have a tablecloth across it with my name.
Wait, you can't find your Pincho tablecloth?
Well, to be fair, I have still not unpacked from the Nashville event.
Ah,
That's what, to be honest, in the background doing right now because I don't wanna put that stuff back on the website, so I'm like, "Can you, like, find things?" But I don't even know that I took it because I wouldn't have needed it after like, I haven't needed it since last September, so,
yeah.
Lord only knows where I put it.
I'm looking around too, like at other stuff I could bring. Maybe multi pens. People want to see like Japanese multi pens. I've got a bunch of Pilot Legno and Pilot 4-in-1s that are Acroball refills, Acroball ink D1s. Maybe I'll bring some of those too.
Okay, so
Those are
Acrobat, those are awesome. Yeah,
yeah.
I think those might be
I'm a fan of those, and they're hard to find because they're not distributed in the U.S. So those are Japan only imports. So I'll bring
none
some.
in the, Zento signatures, I am bringing those.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll be my Japanese. No, you can't find them in the US right now. It
Yeah.
took me several months
I,
to get
I'm
them.
claiming one of those because I need a Zenta signature just so I can taunt the people who come into the shop and ask if I have them, and I'd be like, no, don't have them, but I do have one, and I'm not
You
going to
can
sell
try it out.
it to you.
I mean, eventually they're supposed to make it into the US, but they've been saying that a while, so,
I mean, we
uh,
still don't have the Kurutoga dive 5 years later, or however long that's taken. I mean, the
that's true.
mechanical pencil. I mean, I don't. I'm not holding out a lot of hope that we're going to get the Zento signature. I mean, do we? I don't. I'm not even sure we have the standard Zento.
Oh,
Um,
that's true, I didn't think about that. And again, this was even with like, even the companies that I'm partnering with and you're partnering with, they're not able to get these signatures very easily. The
yeah.
last time I brought them in when I came back from Japan, we got really lucky, and it was a local person who found them,
It,
and,
it, but Japan, I mean, Japan is still dealing with allocations there. I mean, you're limited to two in store, or I mean, sometimes even one in store if you're buying them in person in Japan.
oh, yeah, they had signs up, but there was even like, most of the places we went, I think at one point, Matthew and I did stories about it because we went to, like, 6 different stores, and just random stationery stores and couldn't find them. So the fact that I have them and I'm bringing the .38 and the .5. The .38 is silver and the .5 is like a gray black color. As far as the signature goes,
Do,
as far
do
as
you have do you have Zento refills? I have Zento refills. I can bring Zento refills if you need
I'm
them.
out. So
Yeah,
bring
I have Zento. I think I've got Zento refills, and I've also got just the regular Zentos, like the flows and the standard pens too.
all of Octopus is saying progress. We are kind of making.
Sort of progress. This is all being done in real time as y'all are listening. So
Okay, so we're getting there. We're gonna Thursday evening. We can hang out. I would love to hang out. And you will have a Zento that you can. I'll set one aside for you, so you'll have a Zento that we can enjoy. And then I'm bringing my a couple of notebooks that I've gotten attached to. What are you bringing personally, not just for the show, but what are you bringing?
oh, so for the show, like personal stuff, I mean, probably just my standard carry. I mean, I've got my planner, my journal, and then my this has become my free log notebook has become kind of my pen notebook that I keep with me at the counter in the shop because I like the paper and it's just to play with pens and test stuff. My pen show notebook, I'm going to bring my personal rotor file and I'll have
Um,
that.
Last time we are still packing. Yes, yeah,
So while Lisa's going to
no.
grab her notebooks, so yeah, I'll have my personal notebooks, the ones that we talked about on the stream and on the video on the podcast, there for y'all to see at the table.
Somebody says run over in the morning to get his Zento. Gotcha. I would say probably so. Well, all of Octopus is saying she wants to see it in person, and she will get to when you get back with yours, and you can. Ha.
I get like it's kind of crazy. I get at least 2 or 3 people coming in every weekend asking if we have them, and it's become it's taken on kind of this life of its own.
And that's how I ended up getting them in the first place, is because locals were requesting them for months. And I had reached out to, one of the partner companies I work with, and they are only getting their small allotment. So it took this long. I mean, I feel like it was last summer, even maybe before last summer, I was starting to hear about it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I actually requested these, I want to say in October or September. It was before I ever went to Japan.
Mm-hmm.
And now I finally got them. And so some are on the website, but the ones I'm taking with me, you get to try to play with in person. The magnetic cap is kind of fun. So you gotta bring refills though, because if it's
I'll
just one person gets used, they need refills.
I'll bring refills, and I've also got. I'm going off camera here for a second. I also have like the. I also have the standard. I do have some of the standard Zentos. Like I think this is just the ivory standard
Mhm.
Zento pens, and this is the mist color. And so they have a dozen colors of the standard plastic Zentos, which are really nice. I mean, it's the same. They all use the same refill, and the refill is really good. It's got a matte texture to it. It
Mhm.
dries really quickly, and they say it's a low friction. They describe it as a low friction refill, and it's really smooth and writes really well.
And I use mine. I actually have a Zento Flow that I use, and I like. I've also had. I mean, I have several different fun pens that I occasionally use.
I I like the flow. I've got the green flow. I think that's the one that I use. I'll bring my Kurutoga dive too. I'll have that.
Oh yeah,
And
something they can't get.
yeah, just to show
That's
off.
the fun thing is we get to bring the things that we that's what I'm looking forward to, is bringing the things that we enjoy.
We use.
And I spend so much time testing ink that I actually don't get to use my favorite inks. I'm getting ready to ink up a couple of pens with my favorite inks and bring those, because I'm not gonna test a single ink. I'm just gonna use the things I love,
Mhm.
and that other people will appreciate the things I like as well. And I know you do too. So um if you guys have any questions for us, or you have something you want us to bring pretty much immediately,
Yeah,
You
let us know as soon as possible, like on the either in the comments to the video once the video is published, or just shoot us an email or a message through Instagram or YouTube, and we'll try to accommodate it.
as
But
long
we're
as it's
packing now.
it has to be under 1 pound. Your request needs to be
Yeah.
under that's all that I ask.
So
Joe,
a-
I'm still packing and you're still packing, and
anything else that we need to cover? Like we're gonna have like we covered the free ink sample for we'll just maybe want to recap for the people who have joined since. Come by, first 5 people to visit our tables at the California Pen Show will get a free ink sample each day. Um, it's going to be one of our favorite colors. We've got a selection of colors that we're gonna be giving away as kind of sort of a promotion. And we'll also have I'll have some stickers, buttons, and stamps with me too.
oh, and I'll have some stickers, and then we will have where you can come by and stamp. I'm bringing my own stamp book that I've
Mhm.
been wanting to use, so that I can go from table to table and get my stamps done. So Joe and I may be taking turns running the tables so that we can go actually around and do the stamp, kind
Go
of.
around, do this,
Yeah,
do the stamp tour.
I think so. And then maybe you'll be able to create a little bit of content too, so that people can that don't get to go can be envious.
Yes, and I'll bring my fancy little gimbal camera that I bought that I've not had a chance to use or shit yet. So look for me, and we'll be doing some on the paper trail filming there. We're not going to do an official live event, but we'll be doing some stuff. So all right, well everybody,
Pack.
thanks for joining. We're going to get back to packing, and hope to hear from you soon.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.